Welcome all, welcome everyone to the Selenium training from ITE Learn. Today we're going to do the quick, very short orientation session for a brand new training batch that we plan to start at a time that has been chosen and requested by many participants. Typically, these trainings that we do, 80% of the participants just go through the videos that we have. The primary reason for it being that it is almost self-explanatory. It is almost like a guided walkthrough. For those of you who have not experienced that, I request you to go and watch our free videos on YouTube. We will also share to all the registrants the links to some of the free videos that you should watch. The most of the other participants who join the live webinars, we have chosen more of a US evening. Earlier, it has been typically from anywhere after 6 p.m. Pacific and up to 8 p.m. Pacific, in that kind of a time frame. That schedule does not suit the audience that we get globally. And in fact, when we did the previous orientation session in September, we had registrants who have attended from 40 plus different countries. So this new schedule, we plan to do it from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and which is also 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Hopefully, for the participants who still wanted to attend this live session and not necessarily just the video access, I wanted to make sure that this program is organized for you all at this time. So, but it's going to work a little differently in terms of how we start with it, just the start of it. So before I go into the orientation session to give you a quick feedback and answer a quick few questions, let me tell you how we're going to plan to work on this. Can you all see my Google Drive team? Can you all see my browser where I have the access to the Google Drive? All right, excellent. So I'm asking questions over the session and the answers are coming in the Q&A area. In your GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, there's a Q&A area. That is the one we're looking at. So team, every new training batch that I do, be it Selenium, UFT or any other training batch, we create different folders for it. And in these folders, we put in some of the documents. These are the documents that I create as we go along in terms of the training. So for example, any notes that I've taken towards the Selenium live training, which we started last month in September 2015, are here. These are not necessarily the class files. We do a lot of programming. We do focus a lot in creating automation frameworks. Even those I'm going to show you. But typically I'm showing you how we go about building it. For this specific batch, I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it as SLT, standing for Selenium Live Training /October 2015. I will not be sharing this folder directly with everyone because any changes that are done, because we get 100 plus participants into each batch, will affect all the access. But during end of each project, we do take those files, zip them together and share it with you. I'm going to create a new Google Doc just to show you what we're going to do with it. Selenium Live Training October 2015 orientation session. So we will talk about a few things out here, team, as to what we're going to be doing. One is the schedule and class timings. We'll also talk about how we will approach this specific training batch and what to expect during and at the end of the training. Now, the schedule is we are starting this on 26th October. That is the orientation session where I guide you as to what is going to happen in this program and what you can expect and so on. The day 01 through day 05, I will talk about this in a few minutes from now. Let me talk about the timing. The timing that we planned is Monday through Friday, that is 5 days a week from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Los Angeles time. The reason I take that as the benchmark is because I live in Los Angeles. And which is equivalent to 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. New York time or East Coast time, and which is also 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. India time. So for participants who are attending from different other countries, please look at the time zone converter to be able to get your specific country's schedule. All right. Now, the way I want to be able to do this batch is divide them into various projects. So I'm not sure how many of you have attended or seen the approach, but all the training is conducted using practical projects rather than pure theory. So we focus a lot on hands-on expertise, practical projects that give you a kind of an initiative into how things are done in the real world, and we start slow and at the ground and build big gradually. So that is the approach that we take. If you've noticed in terms of even this session, I'm trying to speak very slowly so that whatever I'm saying is very clear to you all. All right, team? So now, how is it going to be different? There are going to be about 5 projects in total, team. All right. The first project, when I say project, it is training project for training purpose. I do it, I show you, I give you a case study and say that let's assume this is the application, this is the need, how do we approach? So the first project for training is going to be focused on Selenium IDE and automation basics. This will also cover how we do things like element identification and so on. This typically takes about 5 sessions. And in fact, almost all projects take about 5 sessions, 5 to 7 sessions. The second project that we will be doing is on migrating from IDE, I would say Selenium IDE, and each and every term that I use, team, will get expanded, will get explained through the training as we go along. Migrating from Selenium IDE to Selenium Webdriver using Java JUnit through an Eclipse platform. That's what we will do in the second project. And through this, we will build a data-driven framework. By end of first project, you will really understand how does Selenium work as an automation engine? How does it go about running the steps that we have written manually on a given application and so on. The second project will help us go to the next step, because if you go into the market and say, raise your hand and say, you know what, I'm a Selenium IDE expert, you'll be really turned down for any job, because the job market does not require you to come with a very basic skill. Selenium IDE is a basic starting skill. It is like record and run, a few steps, and so on. The real power of this is using WebDriver, using frameworks, and using a lot of these platforms, team. All right. Can you hold on for 1 second, please? All right. The second project is where we will get technical. We will really start getting into how the industry works, what they expect from you. And again, this is between 5 to 6 sessions. The third project, we go little advanced. We learn a lot of core Java. How does it work? We'll talk about variables, we'll talk about if statements, for loops, how we do error handling using try catch, how we write functions, what are arrays, and all of that stuff. And then we build a keyword driven framework. And the way we built them is almost like brick over brick. So once we've completed the first project, you're very comfortable with how the automation works, element identification, and so on. Once we do the second project, you have got an exposure of how you can install Eclipse, how you can get the different jar files, use Selenium Webdriver, make sure that the latest Java version is installed, and how we build a simple framework using data-driven framework concept. The second one is going to be more critical. It will get into more complex things. The fourth project that we wish to do is around the hybrid framework, and this is combining one or two more frameworks together. The fifth one, we will talk about the page object model. Now, initially when I kept going, I used to always organize 15 sessions team to do this training, but most in most possibilities what used to happen is we used to still continue to get till 20 sessions or 22 sessions to complete this entire thing. So I said 5 sessions here, 5 to 6 sessions here. Here again 6 to 8 sessions. Hybrid framework may take 1 to 2 sessions. When I say sessions, each session is about an hour together. Then page object model may take 2 sessions and so on. Now, if you look at totally, we're looking at 5, 6, 11, 19 plus 4, about 23 sessions. Total about 20 to 25 hours, I would say. Just a range that I'm putting in team. In this case, what happens is we do a lot of work, but it gets stretched. So we're looking at least 5 weeks to complete such a program. And we do have a lot of gap between orientation and day one session. We usually have about a week's time so that people are able to see what the program is all about and take their correct decision accordingly. Now, how is it that this batch will be different? What I'm going to be requesting for this batch is I want everyone for this batch going through the first project training using the existing videos team. So this specific one must be learned using our existing videos. I do not want to conduct them live because we have done this many times and there is a fantastic collection of those videos available to all. So if you go to itelearn.com, and I'll quickly guide you where you can find that. and go to Selenium training videos under online courses. And I'll also quickly run through this document, team. So you will see what all is covered, and then I could guide you from there. So in here, this is the access. It will give you an overview of the Selenium training, what's all included in it. And the current batch that we started in September of 2015, this is the link to it. So I want to be able to share this link with all and guide you as to what videos I'm expecting you to watch. Copy this link. All right. In here, if you notice, the day 1 to day 3 are free. Orientation session day 1 to day 3. So there are about 4 videos that are already available for free. You don't even need to log in to see them. So if you're not a premium member, what does a premium member mean? Premium member is the one who subscribed for the entire program and has made a payment to go through this complete training. So the orientation session day 01, day 02 and day 03 are free for all to view. Day 04 onwards are for premium members. Now, what I want you to watch as a prereq to this training batch, you must watch orientation through day 05 sessions, and that these sessions, team, you'll truly enjoy, and that I'm very confident. So you can start with these 4 videos that are hosted on YouTube that you can go through one after the other, and you can click on this because it's a playlist. It will show you all the 4 sessions that are there, and it should be about 4 hours plus. Then comes the Selenium Webdriver concepts, but still not yet in this chapter. The day 4 and the day 5 are still the project 1. Hello everyone, welcome back. From day 6 onwards is project 2. So this specific day 4 to day 5 is the only one you can access once you log in. For example, you're a visitor who comes to the website and tries to go to the same link. I will show you in a private window. You will only see these 4 videos. Everything else will say content protected. So the ongoing sessions also you'll not have access to. Once you become a premium member, you'll have access to everything that is related with Selenium. All right. So I want you to watch them, team. And that way we will start the schedule day 01 to day 05. Watch through videos from 27th October. You can in fact start today itself. Why till 27th October to, let's give it a schedule, 26th to about 30th, and we'll keep some weekends till 2nd November, I will say. Now day 06 onwards, which is project 2, I will start taking it live by Karthik from 3rd November. In fact, every time I do this batch, this is something I mention to all, but not everyone is able to get to that level. For this batch, I really want to enforce it. That way, we can really get going and try and complete end of training by uh, end of November. We can try and achieve this by end of November 2015. After which we can go into the live project. Now, for the members who have already attended or attending the current training or have been a premium member in the previous 6 months or 1 year, can also attend this training and they should be okay with it. I don't mind people attending it in two different things, but I want to make sure that you have to go through the instructions, follow what I say very keenly, and make sure that you follow them. So you have to listen well and execute it well. At the end of this entire training, you will do one thing, team. You will be a master at automation testing using Selenium, Java, WebDriver, and all these other concepts. All right, that is the intent. Not someone who's at a beginner level. Just through training, I want to take you to a mid level, and through the live project, a senior mid, between mid to expert level. Once you get into your job, do about 6 months of the project work, you will become an expert. That is the kind of roadmap and journey that I look at taking each of you. All right, now let me look at these slides very quickly. I will not really run through them because that is there already in the orientation session. In fact, all that I want to teach is already there. So someone has a need saying that I have an interview next week or 2 days, or I have a project coming up. I need to quickly learn. All the videos that I've been showing you out here in this program, either this ongoing batch or the previous batches, you have access to the complete library. You can start watching it and learning. And team, please do note 80% of my participants come just through uh, videos. So the only people who are attending the live, for example, this specific session, we have about 572 people registered for it. The ongoing session that we started in September 2015, we have 133 people registered only for the live. But the number of people who registered overall for the free and demo sessions were over 2,000. So out of these, whoever paid, about 10% of them come and attend live. Everything else, they take it as videos because very self-explanatory. In fact, even people who are subscribed to live, they go through the videos, they go through the live sessions and get very comfortable. So I'll quickly walk through some of these slides, not really focus too much. There's some polls and all those things we've done, and I'll be ready to take any questions that you all have, team. All right. So let's see, what do we have? So in this orientation session that you will be able to watch, we'll talk about Selenium, a career in it. Is it easy to learn? Who can learn? Because one of the primary reasons that people have chosen testing as a domain is the notion that testing is a good and easy way to enter the IT industry, and the fact that testing does not require any kind of a programming or coding, and that is why we should get there. But over a period of last decade and a half or so, the automation world has increased so much that it has become almost mandatory. So if you want to apply even for a manual testing position, just having the skill and knowledge on Selenium will give you an edge, and that becomes very critical, team. So I understand where you all come from, that you don't really know programming and so on, and that is where my duty comes to make sure that you learn programming and whatever is needed from an automation engineer's perspective. You are not going to become a Java developer right now, team. So you don't need to go to that extent of really mastering Java. It is just learning the right way, the right few things within Java to be able to be a successful automation engineer. And I talk about the biggest challenges that the participants typically have, and a little bit about ITIL and Selenium training. So, a few slides on what Selenium is. I've conducted polls in terms of job trends, and how why Selenium has really taken over QTP or UFT in the recent trends. Then things like, if you look at how the local job markets are there in each of your locations. So wherever you're based, you should just do a quick search and see how the job positions are on Selenium in your area. So the top five reasons for you to choose Selenium as a program for to launch you into your job world is better job openings, better pay scale, beats the manual QA competition. What typically happens for the third point team is you apply for a let's say there's a manual testing position open. Let us assume that the client is ready to pay $50 per hour, and just assume how many number of participants or applicants they will get. Trust me on this, if the location and the rate is good and it's basic skill, about 300 to 400 for sure. How will the interviewer screen? How will they be able to select who is who? Everyone has agreed for $50 an hour. That is not a problem. Everyone have seen the job description. That is also not an issue. So how will they screen? Because they can't pick up the phone and call all the 300 applicants. They will screen the resumes and see what else do they have. So it is like this team. Let's say that you're going for purchasing something. For example, you want to purchase a camera. All right. You can go to Electronic Fries or Best Buy and buy one of the best, let's say Nikon or Canon camera, right? But why do people still go to things like Sam's Club or Costco and try and buy a camera? There's something additional that they give. What is it? Like they give a free case, they give a warranty, or you have a return policy, and so on. So those things we look at when we shop online or so on. It's the same thing out here. The candidates are screened basic on, okay, they will all perform well, they all have the skill. Now let's see what else they can bring to the table. Do they have Selenium or UFT or any other automation tools? Do they have the programming skill? Have they got any certifications in any of these areas, and so on? So that's how it helps to beat the QA competition. It's a long future team, it's a long roadmap. So once you get into this field, you can see yourself going without big challenges, just simple knowledge upgradation every month and so on. For the next 6 to 10 years, I think it should be going very well. So that's a solid start for your career. Even 2 years as a start is good. But the number one reason, team, that I really enjoy teaching Selenium and you will enjoy learning and working is it is a lot of fun. And trust me, once things become fun, you will not even worry too much in terms of, am I really learning or am I having fun? And that concept, I'm sure the existing batch also will vouch for it, or any of my previous participants. That is really a lot of fun. Very, very, very few people, I would say not even 1%, lesser than 1% have really said, you know what, I give up. And this is from a population of people where 70% of them have no kind of a job experience in this area. So, a few of the polls that I did: who you are, how will Selenium transform your career, why Selenium, how is the job trend on Selenium today? And I did one last poll. Let's look at how we are. So, this is basically giving some kind of a uh, motivation to everyone as to how you should look at any goal that you have in life with some kind of a time frame and some kind of an expected quantifiable result. So that really drives you towards a goal, a specific goal team. So you should definitely watch this orientation session. It will talk a lot about such specific things, and more importantly, how to really be a Selenium expert in 3 weeks. These kind of a concepts will really help you, team. So do watch this orientation session. The link to it, I did put it in this document. I will also share it in the chat right now, so you have access, at least for the live participants. For the participants who's going to see the video, I will put it in YouTube too. All right, team. I am right now ready to take any questions that you have. Please use the Q&A section. Any questions that have not been answered so far, I'll be glad to. And then I will be able to start pointing out towards what next. Okay, so let's see. So basically, total 5 hours training? No, not correct. I would say the course content that I've talked about will take anywhere between 20 to 25 hours. Is it necessary to know Java to learn Selenium WebDriver? Yes, it is necessary because it's either Java or C Sharp or Ruby on Rails and so on. One of the programming languages that is prescribed with Selenium is necessary, and that's going to be a cakewalk on this. So just don't even have any issues. Watch those videos, it'll show you a lot of clarity how it is. Is there any training based on C Sharp Visual Studio rather than Java? Not currently. Do I anticipate to do this in the future? Yes, but not right away. Are they free videos or do we have to subscribe? So that portion I did already answer, team, as to what are free and what are not. So you can go to it accordingly. There are no external testing certifications for Selenium because Selenium is open source. But a lot of these other things for courses like UFT and ISTQB and so on, there are accredited testing certification programs that you can get that certification. For Selenium, there's not one body which says that yes, they're the ones for certifying on Selenium. However, we do definitely provide certificates, one for participation of training, the second is for participation of live projects. Yes, by the end of the session, you can request for a certificate for having attended this training. If I'm new to it, so what I'm doing, team, right now is while my screen is showing somewhere else, I'm just going through the questions that are coming in chat and I'm answering them. I will have my team make a short document around this and share it with you after it's done. If I'm new to IT industry and want to start career in Selenium automation, so team, please put your question in one message itself. Otherwise, it gets lost in other messages. Can I start as a fresher in my resume or add some years of experience to resume? Sorry, everyone. For some reason, known and unknown, my voice has still become something that I have to work on. Team, I am a guy who stands very tall when it comes to ethical things and what is the right thing to do. So I never ever recommend people on anything. I have dropped deals, partnerships, and projects just because they've asked me to do something that I'm not comfortable with. One of the things I'm not comfortable is to fake your resume. Why should you fake your resume when you have so many options to really create it? One of the things that I've shown you here is here. See, need project experience on your resume. This session that I did shows you without having actually worked, how can you still portray your skill and talent on your resume? And that is something that I want everyone to try and watch. I'm also going to put that link in the chat section. You should watch that video too. It's there on YouTube. It is free for all to watch. So if you are someone who does not have the experience and is looking to build it, that video will guide you truly. We're not touching APM or mobile testing as part of this program, team. It's a separate program altogether. How to approach you after this training session in case of any questions. We have a very standard policy in terms of technical support. The main thing is to go to the forum that you see on the website. That will take you to our technical support forum. And out here, you will see a forum and a community of thousands of people who are our premium members, and they interact on a daily basis on different areas of questions. So for example, Selenium automation is one of the largest groups that we have. We have about 726 topics that have been discussed by various members, and our technical help desk team, consisting of our technical help members like Manoj and Shankar, they constantly monitor this forum and provide help and feedback. So not only are you able to get your questions answered, but you can also see what kind of questions other people are able to put and do a collective understanding. So any questions that get asked, this is the place for you to go. And you'll see so many questions coming from many participants, and all of them will get answered either by other participants or the technical help desk team. So right now, team, we have almost 7,000 members. This is started sometime last year at the beginning, and since then we have added 7,000 members to this. They're all premium members for different courses. All right. Okay, a few more questions, and then let's see if there are any common questions. I will definitely skip them, but you will have access to it through the document which I'll share. If I learn Selenium with Java as a combination, is it helpful for C# Selenium? So let me explain this using a simple paint tool as to how it happens. All right. Now, when you talk about automation testing team, there are few things that are important. One is basics of automation. What is automation? How it works. Second is something called as element identification team. Element identification is very critical because that is telling the tool as to where to look for and what to do. Then comes the Selenium Webdriver that talks really about what is it that we have to do at each step within our program. Then comes the technology part, the coding and so on, and I would call it, let's say, as in this case, Java. So a lot of time that we spend, of course, the other main important thing is the frameworks. All right, this is the other important thing. So I would say about 10% on this, about 10% on this. I would say about 25% focus on this. I typically put about 50% focus on frameworks. No, then only 5% will be here. I can't say that, so I'll put it as 35. So I have about 25% here, team. Does it add up? Or did I go over 100? 50 plus, so let's make this 30. Okay, a lot of more focus on frameworks. I'm taking you as just as an example. Now, be it Java, C# or anything, all these are common. So at least 75% of what you're learning is common. Now, what happens within any programming language team is the basics of a programming, things like variables, error handling, um, conditional statements like if statements, while loops, for loops, functions, methods, all of these things are very common. So once you learn Java, you've learned about 65 to 70% of any programming language. The only thing that you need to learn more is the syntax. How are they written differently? That's it. So I would say once you learn through one combination, learning through other uh, programming language is just an additional 20 to 25% effort. That is it. I don't see it as a big effort because lot of things are common irrespective of which programming language. Element identification, automation basics, frameworks, Selenium WebDriver, they're all common team. All right. Okay, cool. Let's see. If I enroll for live training program for 3 weeks, do I still have access to watch videos after 3 weeks? You typically enroll for 1 year access team. So you have access to the entire library for over a year. What is the life of Selenium tool? Not really like life of a tool because it's either got a trial version. In that case, Selenium does not have a trial. It is an open source, so you can install and work for it for free. How long the videos are accessible to registered users? 1 year. First year, you have a specific price that you get in. For you to just renew for the next year, it's a only very small portion, like $90 or so for yearly renewal. The reason is just that I know a lot of competitors have been trying to beat on the price. We are just beating on the quality and the way we try and deliver things. There's nothing like a free thing for lifetime, team. I don't know how long I'll be able to provide it that way. So when you don't know something, why even commit and try and just grab people through this offers? The reason we have this yearly renewal fee is because every time you watch a video with us, we get charged for it because of bandwidth. It's like Netflix charges for you as a monthly subscription. We get charged because we host it at a different place. For the bandwidth, it gets charged. That's why we do that. Is it possible to perform CRM application testing using Selenium? Any application that is web based can be automated using Selenium. There are certain complexities sometimes, but typically 95% of it can be done. Are you covering WebDriver 2.4 version? Whatever is the latest version, we will take that and we'll use it. If you don't have QA manual work experience, still good to do the course and work directly on Selenium? Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much, Kamakshi, for asking this question, because trust me, out of this audience, most of them have similar question. We don't have any QA manual work experience, and totally not a problem, because as part of this program, I assume everyone is a beginner. They have no knowledge of computer science, software coding, programming, manual testing. So this is a standalone course by itself. There are no prerequisites. The only prerequisites that I think of sometimes is having some kind of a control on things like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, that office tools. That's it. All right. A lot of questions, team, because we have so many participants. I will try and quickly scan through some of the most relevant ones that could be common for all, and talk about that. How do you share the documents? The documents are put on the website. At the end of each chapter, you will see the documents are available for you to access. Out here. So at the end of each project, team, the documents are accessible. Are there books in the market for reading up on Selenium? If so, do you know some good authors? Rupal, let me tell you this. This is my confidence. This is my belief, and I've never been proven wrong on it. As part of this program, you do not need a single book or a document to go anywhere else. You do not have to look outside. It is like a totally guided tour. From start to finish, I'm there guiding you what to do, what to learn. You do not need to look outside at all. The only thing that you look for outside is when you have to do troubleshooting, when there is an issue, how do you go to Google and ask Google the right question and get an answer to it? That is it. You don't need any other book. I don't think there's any other good book in the market as of now. For the paid members, how can we attend the class? All instructions, you'll get it through the email. Is live project plus videos $125? Project different from 5 projects in training session? Yes. So the current projects which are there are already accessible. The new project that we'll take is a real-time project that we give access because we're working on that project. We're developing it from my other company that I work for. And so that project is given to you to work. But do note, team, the live project is only after the training, be it videos or through the um, live sessions. Only after that can you enroll for live project. Team, a lot of questions. We have another 10 minutes to go. I'm glad I'm able to go through some of them, but I'll quickly see if there are any questions I can skip. If I've skipped your question, that means that I've already answered. Where can I learn languages you mentioned like Java, etc.? I'm not an IT person. So everything that you need is part of this. If I skip live session on any day, will it be available on the site? Correct. Any session that I do, including this, I record it and I host it for people to go back and watch it once again. Does all the sessions are free of cost? They are not free of cost. Does this training including the learning tools like Jenkins or Serenity? They do not, Luke. Not right now. Do we have any? So that I've answered. that I've answered. For the pricing and so on, please go to the pricing page. There is a good video that will explain also about how it works. Just go to the pricing page and watch the video at the top. It should be easy for you to address it from there. Is Selenium IDE still used in industry? Selenium IDE is a basic step for you to do learning team. It is like, before you get to ride a motorbike or a bike with, all speeds and gears, you will start with a three, the kids start with the small bikes with the supporting wheels. So you have to, but will you continue to use the supporting wheels? No, we will use it primarily for learning purpose, and then we'll expand on it. I've told about the period of access. I don't know Java, can I do Selenium? Yes, as I said, that is what we will do. We will learn all that is needed. You don't need any prior knowledge on anything. Just watch my instructions, follow my instructions, watch the videos that I ask you to watch. You should be good. Will it be the same timings every day? It will be. You're in UK, I'm in UK and cannot attend it. Can I learn from videos? And how about live project, please? So same thing. Live project is totally different. If you are interested in live project team, please go to the live projects page and make sure that you watch the videos there for the orientation session. That will explain everything. Okay, this is just on training. Live project is a fantastic thing, but you have to watch the video there. Okay. A lot of questions are there, team, which are very specific to you. So I'm skipping, but I'll have my team work on it and get back to you with answers. There's a long question from Aparna. I'll try and see if I can read.
So team, welcome to the Selenium Live project day 2. If I'm not wrong, we are in day 2. After the orientation, we had day 1 and day 2, right? Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. That was my co-trainer Shan, no Shankar. Once we register, subscribe as premium member. Why do they focus on Java when PHP is also open source? It doesn't matter because they're looking at any popular tool, any popular technology as a background. This is a good question, team. I'm going to take this. Already done Selenium training somewhere and writing simple scripts, but still not confident that I should go for a job. What should I do? Lot of people, team, have come to me and told me something that hurts me the most. The only negative feedback that I really take a lot of criticism to my own heart is that, Karthik, why is your sales and marketing not that efficient like other training companies do? Why are you guys not really reaching out to us, doing advertisements? Why are you not getting uh, putting that word out? Because we didn't know about you, your training. We've gone signed up somewhere. Later on, we have not really learned. Now we have to come again. Paying money is not an issue sometimes because that is still doable, but investing all the time again is tough. And that is the worst feedback, team, I've received, that our sales and marketing is not up to the mark and people have not really known about us and they could not join. That is something that we will try and improve, but I understand you need a lot of confidence. So Nida, you have to take a conscious decision. I will not ask you to pay again and join again another program. At the moment, just watch some of the free videos, look at it, then come to conscious decision. If you've already taken training somewhere and you've written some simple scripts, try and see if you can learn a little bit more by self exploration and so on, by watching some free content. See if you can, if you're able to do it. Then you should not take another course at that time. If you're unable to do it and it's still something important for your career, then you should. Selenium is only for web-based applications, team. I'm finding Java part of Selenium really difficult with respect to interviews. Shitanshu Shekhar. Trust me on this, that is the nightmare for everyone who's here. Only 5% may be comfortable with it. It is your approach. It is how you've learned things, how you put them into practice. For any one of you who believe that Java is a tough programming language, I'll just ask you to go through this online courses and click on this core Java training videos. there are a few videos that are free for you to access. And once you see them, then you tell me. Any programming language, any concept team is strongly dependent on the trainer. And this is something I say very proudly because I feel that uh, that becomes critical for anyone in the industry to be able to learn. And I'm very proud on that aspect because that hurdle of can I learn Java to I have learned Java is something that I've done significantly well and I'm proud of it. So you need Java concepts for sure or any programming language related with it, but it is the way you learn that becomes important. Most of them ask very deep Java concepts. Then they are really trying to show off. That is where you stand up and say, why do you even need to do that? Why do you even need to go so deep into Java? Are you going to focus on programming or are you going to focus on automation testing? I believe whatever you're saying can be done. If there are few things we can easily learn. So you have to stand up and say that just trying to show off team. I know a lot of these interviewers. This is something that I've been in the industry for such a long time. They're just trying to prove and this. If you stand back and say, this is where I'm good at, this is what I will do, and this is what is there as part of my skill set, they will appreciate it. They'll say, okay, this guy is speaking the truth, this girl is really knows what she's saying, and they'll go for it. If there are questions like Aditya, your questions and so on, the very specific technical questions, I'm not getting into it. Um, I've done videos on Maven, use and Ant and so on for continuous build. Those are there as part of our library. Can we enroll into live project directly? No, you cannot. Session cost, go and look at the pricing page, please. Will you be giving us the software for automation? Whatever you need, we will guide you where to get, how to get, what to do. How can I be a premium member? Contact the sales team at sales.elearn@itlearn.com, please. What about TestNG? I have a lot of content and videos on TestNG as well. So if you need to really look at the complete course content team, I would request you to go to the Selenium homepage and you'll see the complete list of videos. There's two certificates that we provide team. One is the completion of the live training or even video-based training, and the second one is on a live project. Indian participants or wherever you're in the world, please write an email to sales learn@itlearn.com. Learn@itlearn.com. The team will guide you there. I've shared the schedule and everything very clearly, so there should not be a question on the timings and so on. I'm just reading through some of these words here, questions here, team. Speaking of frameworks, do you teach us JUnit or TestNG? So JUnit and TestNG are Java frameworks. We talk about automation frameworks and we use both JUnit and TestNG for that. So if you look at our Selenium homepage and look at the table of content, you will see all the different topics that are covered as part of the existing library. As we keep doing more, we keep adding to it. Someone wants to specifically come and let's say learn SVN and Maven, or they want to learn Selenium Grid with TestNG, or they want to learn about Ajax dynamic pages and so on, they can go to those specific chapters and do the learning as well. Alright team, I believe most of the questions are answered. We are almost towards the end of the session. Any questions that are still not answered, I'm going to take them offline to my team and have them get back to you through a document which will explain everything to all. So I look forward to everyone. Once you start watching the videos, as I said, the first few videos are free, available for all. You should at least watch these 4 sessions for sure. Once you're done with it, then you can think about, do I really want to go forward and become a premium member or not? That is a prerequisite. So please do that. So we will meet again on 3rd November and we'll start with day 6. This is the plan as of now. So once you start progressing, we will assess it and then take it forward from there. Thank you all. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and your presence because it is overwhelming to see so many participants coming in and looking at evaluating us for your training need. I'll see you back next week. Till then, enjoy the videos, watch them. I'm sure you'll love them. And I wish you all the very best in your career. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. Have a great week ahead. Bye, all.